you love me, my go-to. Levitating blind on top like Goku. Just left Nobu, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tether Road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blick at my VIP. Snicker my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his check, I know. We talking start like ball high, pretty face guy like bruh. How do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. So my daddy like, boy, don't blow my shit. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. Just don't touch me, you're ugly. These women love me, bro. They tryna me. That's the wrong way, me. Back your buddy, if he get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me, I can turn auntie into a. I'm in that S5 facing comfy, cause I can't name that guy but me, dummy. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 I got it.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. Hope y'all ready for this one, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Five weeks come and gone already, and we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. Brown with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Throwing to start this game. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now it's a bootleg for him. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From midfield now. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds a man right side. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Hauled in left side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They're now set for 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. He completes it in traffic. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll try and punch it in. Has them the touchdown. These guys finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their 5th-year quarterback.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
Has a hole left, room to run. And that is a touchdown. These guys finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on an opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys start off well to tie things 7-7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Brown with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Connects with Wiley. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete out to the right. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. That one's complete right side.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Complete out to the right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Time to begin the 2nd quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain down to about the 36. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The home teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. They'll run here on 1st down. And this one does not go far. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the 36. Finds him on the crossing route. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. To throw it on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, they just find a way to get him the ball. Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense headed back to the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. It is cut left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. To throw here on 1st down. Catch made over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. He tosses right to the short side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a 1st down as close as they were to the sticks.
Throw left side, complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up 1st down. Setting up a throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. Catch is made in close. Touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Our home team, 10.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 21-yard line.
Man in motion, headed right. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Dropping back to throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
It's the 2-minute warning here in the 1st half. 1st down, ball at the 36. Looking for a throw here. Short pass brought in. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys grow their lead just before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys double their lead to 14.
Our home team, 10.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's gonna be 2nd down. He's gonna throw this one. Complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They send the tight end in motion. 3rd down from the gun. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Dumped off to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Looking to the air here. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They'll throw it again. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
The rush gets home, and they stick him. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. On now comes their punter. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw it. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. That brings us to halftime. It's a 14-point game after 2 quarters of play. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got? Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly today. We're skipping right through to the start of the 3rd quarter. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. He's looking deep once again. He's got it at the 30. He does it. Touchdown. These guys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Brown with a return here. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's a handoff up the gut. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Another carry for him. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And they're going to have a 1st down. Back to throw. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 10 now. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He's smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Motion man sent left. Hauled in left side. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
41-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 41. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Flush down out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I wish every fan could just get the perspective on the field. When you stand on the sidelines, you realize how fast this game is. And as a QB, you've got to understand, when you get that amount of time, you've got to get rid of the ball because this game moves in a hurry.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. Man, it'll be their football. Their offense running back out now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. From the red zone now. Brought in right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
He's got it to him yet again, and that it's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now, but will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about.
Receiver downfield.
He was downfield in a hurry, hoping to help with the play, but that effort cost some points as the penalty wipes out that touchdown. This one's caught. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows. Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes their offense out again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. On first down, they'll run. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. But you're going to have to pick up the pace.
2nd and 8. Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. Complete out to the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds a man right side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll give him a first down. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
He'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Working quickly here.
First down and goal to go.
Play action on first down. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
Hawkeyes. Offense.
Can't go out of bounds and be the first one to touch it coming back in. As they say, that is an easy call. He gets it headed right. Goes up and over for the touchdown. These guys make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys only up by a few. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. Forced out to his right. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Riley hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Right up the gut. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down. He's back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Dump off caught by his back. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Setting up to pass. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now. Avoid some trouble, and they got there in time. He's taken down. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. A nice showing here from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.